The plural of nouns. That is what I'd like us to address in this topic, plural of nouns. So I have prepared some rules for us, and these rules will help us in the formation of the various plural of nouns. Yeah. So grab yourself a pen, a paper. Let's go ahead and look at the various rules. So we'll begin like this, that the plural article. Now, in the previous chapters, you had seen that we have three genders, right? You had seen der for masculine, d for feminine, and das for neuter. Now, in this chapter, we want to see then how to form the plural of nouns. I've been told like this, that the plural article for all the three genders is d. The plural article for all the three genders is D. Now, whenever you'll be forming the plural of nouns, kindly take note that all of them in plural, they will take the article D in the examples provided. Der Vater, der Vater. Now, plural, we now use die Väter. Now, kindly ensure that your nouns, you write them in capital, yeah? Because you remember we said that nouns in German must always be in capital. Next example, das Auto, plural, die Autos. Das Auto, die Autos. Then I have die Banane, the banana, plural, die Bananen, the bananas. So you are seeing that in plural for all of them, we use the article die. All right. Now, I would like you to also note that there are no definite rules. There are no definite rules on how to form the nouns plural. It is therefore advisable to learn the article and the plural along with the noun. So, the following rules will help you form the plural of some nouns. Now, I'd like you to note, just like I've told you this in these sentences, that the rules that I'm going to share with you will not affect all the nouns because there are those nouns that tend to behave irregularly. But these rules affect most nouns, yeah? So I have sampled some 10 rules to ensure that they help you in the formation of the various plural of nouns, okay? So let's begin with the first rule. Number one, most nouns, look at this one, most nouns ending in er, yeah, most nouns ending in er, en, el, chen, and lein remain the same in plural. So most nouns with these endings tend to remain the same. All right. So I'm going to give a couple of examples right here. The first one that I have is das Zimmer. Das Zimmer. Now I'd like you to note that das Zimmer is a room. Das Zimmer in plural becomes die Zimmer. Das Zimmer, die Zimmer. You can see it doesn't change. The room, the rooms. Der Kuchen. Now Kuchen is a cake. Der Kuchen, plural, is die Kuchenkeks. Das Mädchen, Gal, the gal, plural, die Mädchen, Gals. So you're seeing they don't change, yeah? Let's just add some few more examples. Das Blümlein remains die Blümlein. All right. So nouns with these endings tend to remain the same in plural. Er, en, el, chen, and lein. Of course, there are those which have these endings and they mostly require umlauts, like Vater. Der Vater becomes die Väter with umlaut. Der Bruder, die Brüder with umlaut. Die Tochter, daughter, die Tochter now acquires umlaut. Die Tochter. All right. All right. Let's now look at rule number 2. Nearly all feminine nouns, and this is not just for feminine nouns. Let me just say nouns ending in en. Most nouns ending in en, they add n to the plural. Nouns ending in en tend to add n in plural. Now, some few examples right here we have is die Banane. Now, die Banane in plural becomes die Bananen with an N. Banane, Bananen. Then you have die Tasche. Now becomes die Taschen. Bag, bags. Die Schokolade, chocolate, plural. Die Schokoladen, chocolates. Die Melone, die Melonen. All right. So you're seeing that most nouns ending in E, even if I add one like Name, now become Namen. Der Name, die Namen. All right. So this point here is that most nouns ending in E, what happens is they tend to add N in plural, okay? All right, then let's go ahead. Rule number 3. Nearly all feminine nouns, keyword feminine, nearly all feminine nouns ending with a consonant add en in plural. You might be asking, what do I mean with a consonant? Remember, we have vowels and we also have consonants, right? So that consonants are those things like B, C, D, F, G, H, etc. So nearly all feminine nouns that end with a consonant sound, what they do is they add en in plural. Like in the example, di, ua. Now you can see ua ends with a r, a consonant. So the ua, what it will happen here is it will end in en. Die Uhren, Uhren. Die Zeit, plural. Die Zeiten, die Zeiten, right? Die Zeitung now becomes die Zeitungen. Zeitung, Zeitungen, newspapers. So you're seeing that most of these feminine nouns ending with a consonant, what happens is you now add ending en. Number 4. Feminine nouns ending in in add nen in plural. Feminine nouns ending in in add nen in plural. Examples: die Lehrerin, die Lehrerin. A female teacher becomes die Lehrerinnen. Lehrerin, die Lehrerinnen. Die Ästin, die Ästinnen. Remember, because of the umlaut, you're now pronouncing as e. Don't say Astin, no. Die Ästin, plural, die Ästinnen. Die Pilotin now becomes die Pilotinnen. All right? And as die Bäckerin, die Bäckerinnen. Last example, die Studentin, die Studentinnen. All right? So this one applies for feminine nouns that end in in. What you do is you're now going to add nen to them. Next point, number 5. Nouns ending in, look at this one, nouns ending in a, o, and e. Nouns ending in a, o, and e. Add s to the plural. Example, das Auto. That becomes die Autos. Das Auto, die Autos, cars. Another example with the O, das Foto, plural, die Fotos. I have das Büro, office, die Büros. All right. Then I have die Oma, die Omas. Now, Oma is grandma. I believe you downloaded the dictionary as I shared with you in the other class, right? Now, this ones will help you, especially with the new words we'll be saying along the way. So, die Oma, die Omas. Then you have das Taxi, which now becomes die Taxis. Das Taxi, the taxis. All right. And then next point, number 6, that many words borrowed from English. Now remember, it's not all the words, but many words. All right. Not all of them, because it is not all of them that have been borrowed from English. So many words borrowed from English, add s to the plural. Add s to the plural. Like in the example, das Baby now becomes die babies. Now, and I would like you to note that it is not all the words borrowed from English, just some of them. Another example is Das Restaurant, plural, die Restaurants. Das Restaurant, die Restaurants. Das Hotel, die Hotels. Okay. I would also like to add one. Das Taxi, the taxis. So you're seeing most of them borrow from English. They tend to add as baby, babies. Restaurant, restaurants. Taxi, taxis. Hobby, das Hobby, the hobbies. All right. But of course, there are those that have been borrowed from English and don't follow this pattern. A good exception is like hand. Hand is normally die Hand. In plural becomes die Hände. It doesn't follow this pattern. All right. So that's why I say that most of the nouns borrowed from English, not all of them. Number 7, one syllable neuter. One syllable neuter and some masculine nouns take the plural ending er. One syllable. You might ask, what do I mean by this syllable? Now, syllable is normally the vowel pronunciation in a word. Now, if I take an example like kind. Now, kind, you can only hear the E sound, kind. It only has one vowel pronunciation in it. But a word like auto, auto has 3 vowels in it. There is a, there is u, and there is o. So this one is 3 syllable. Auto, 3, au-o, right? So when I'm talking about syllable, I am simply referring to the vowel pronunciation in that word. So those neuter and some masculine nouns that have only one syllable in them, what they mostly do is they tend to add er. Like in the example, das Kind now becomes die Kinder. Kind, Kinder. Das Buch now becomes die Bücher. All right? Das Buch, die Bücher. Der Mann, now plural, die Männer. Er, ja? Der Mann, die Männer. Das Kind, die Kinder. Das Buch, die Bücher. Der Mann, die Männer. All right? So you're saying that most of these one syllable masculine nouns and neuter nouns tend to add er. Maybe I could add one, Geld. Das Geld now becomes die Gelder, er. All right? All right, let's go ahead then. Number 8. Now, many masculine nouns, many, I would say around 80 or 90% of masculine nouns take the plural ending E. Now, this applies to mostly masculine. Many masculine nouns, they tend to add the plural ending E in plural, right? Some few examples include der Brief. Der Brief now becomes die Briefe. Brief, Briefe. Der Abend, now Brief is letter, yeah? Letter, letters. Der Abend, plural, die Abende. Evening, evenings. Der Tisch, which is a table, Tisch, plural, die Tische. Der Tisch, die Tische. Another one is der Stuhl. Stuhl is a chair. Der Stuhl, plural, die Stühle, with umlaut and ending E. Der Stuhl, die Stühle. All right. How about a skirt? Skirt is der Rock. Now, don't think rock is rock in English. No. Rock is skirt. So, der Rock, now plural, it will have ending E and an umlaut. Die Rocke. Der Rock, die Rocke. All right. So you see that this rule is mostly true that many masculine nouns, they will tend to add ending E in plural. All right. Now I have 2 more rules for you. 2 more rules. That most feminine nouns, remember it's feminine, most feminine nouns ending in EL add N in plural. And I would like you to take this one carefully because we also have some other nouns ending in EL which are not feminine. So this one is only for feminine nouns ending in EL. They're the ones that add N, all right? Like die Tafel now becomes die Tafeln, right? Die Kartoffel now becomes die Kartoffeln. Tafel, Tafeln. Die Kartoffel, die Kartoffeln. right? Now, this one you're saying it's mostly for feminine nouns. The reason why I'm saying this is because there are some other nouns which are not feminine, but end in EL and don't add N. Let me just mention some few examples, exceptions, yeah? Now, these ones are not feminine, like Apfel. Now, Apfel is not feminine, it is masculine. Der Apfel. Now, this one doesn't add N in plural. Instead, it remains the same with only an umlaut, becoming die Äpfel. Der Apfel, die Äpfel, right? Der Nagel, die Nägel, right? So these ones are ending in EL, but they're not feminine. So this rule number 9 was only for feminine nouns ending in EL, add N, right? Okay, now I have the last rule then. Now here's the very last one. That mostly A, O, and U, mostly A, O, and U acquire umlaut in some nouns. Mostly A, O, and U acquire umlaut in some nouns. In the example I have here is der Vater. Der Vater, you know very well, Vater should be capital V, V-A-T-E-R, Vater. Now this one in plural, it won't add any ending, but you will just add an umlaut on the A. So it becomes die Väter. Der Vater, die Väter. All right? Die Mutter also doesn't add any ending. Instead, what you do is you just put an umlaut to the U. Becomes die Mutter with umlaut, Mutter. All right? Some other example is der Bruder. Der Bruder also remains the same. The only thing you do is you adding umlaut, Brüder with umlaut on you. All right? Last example, die Tochter. Tochter, daughter, die Tochter. Now this one again doesn't add any ending. Instead, what you do is just add an umlaut. You put the umlaut on the O, becomes Tochter. Die Tochter, die Tochter. All right? Now, these rules that you've just seen, they will help you a lot in forming various nouns plural. I would highly recommend you play back this episode to ensure that you get the rules again in details, yeah? So I would like you to go ahead and test yourself. I remember from the dictionary that you downloaded, mostly if you search a word or a noun, it will give you its article and then also its plural, right? That also gives its article and of course its plural so that you're able to see how it looks like, yeah? But I'd like you to also go ahead and test yourself with the following nouns, yeah? I'm putting some nouns here on the screen. Kindly go ahead and test yourself. Besides testing yourself, also do some research, check on them to ensure that you have given the correct answers. All right. So with that said and done then, that brings us to the end of this lesson. Go ahead and do as much testing as possible. And I'll be seeing you in the next one. Das ist alles für heute. Tschüss und bis dann.